Good evening, everybody. I want to sincerely appreciate you for being so consistent with this trip. I'm sure you're probably wondering that what are we doing for today's class? Like I said yesterday, that today's class is going to be a an advanced one, being that we'll be talking about some subtopics or some topics that are key in the forex market. And I want to shock you tonight that those topics that we're going to talk about are pips, lots, leverage, brokers, chat platform and chatting softwares, so on and so forth. And when we look into all these things, you will discover that by the grace, you'll be able to gain a lot of things from it. Now, yesterday, a quick revision. I talked about introduction to forex market, talked about exchange rates. Then we talked about fundamental, technical, and sentimental analysis. That was what we did yesterday. So, what do you think we'll be trying to look into today? And all these things we will try and look into today is really, really going to be beneficial because I always tell people this. Day two of this training is the major part the training really commences from. What we did yesterday was all of talking. But today, you see that some practical things might come into it. So let's go straight into what we are doing today. So for today, let me share my screen with you. Question is, what is a P? A P is known as points in percentage, and it represents a tiny measure of the change in the currency pair in the forex market. Can be measured in terms of the quotes or in terms of the underlying currency. Let me share my screen one more time. I'll still give you the PDF of this. So now, determining your profits and losses is an essential part of trading. So let's take a closer look at what a P is. I just need you all to pay attention and see exactly what I'm doing. A pip is when you have, for instance, normal currency pairs. You have, for instance, 100, and it's 100. 1 times 1 is 1. 100 times 100 is 10,000. Now, 1 divided by 10,000 is what? 0 points. 0.0001. Now, what this is saying is, let's say there's an extra value like 5. A pip is actually the fourth value from the decimals, meaning that from the decimal point, you are counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So this number 1 is simply known as 1 pip. Then number 5 is known as what? 5 pipettes. So I can call this 1 pip. And I'll say this as 5 pipettes. So now class, what this means is, if you have 1 pip and 5 pipettes, it means that from here, let's say I have a normal exchange rate. Probably the exchange rate is 1 point. Let me erase this. Exchange rate is 1.12345. So the fourth value from decimals is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4. So if I add 5 pips to this, adding 5 pips to this, It means that 5 comes down. 4 plus 5 is what? 9. 3, 2, 1.1. So I've successfully added 5 pips to that exchange. What if I want to add 10 pips to it? I'll add 10 here. So it means my value will change now. So that'll be 44. Can you see? I've added 10 pips to this. So that is that about simple currency pairs. What about JPYs? Example of JPY pair, yen pairs are CHF JPY, GBP JPY, Euro JPY, a whole lot of them. GBP JPY, okay, I've said that previously, and NZD JPY. For those kind of currency pairs, the exchange rate is 1/10. Oh, sorry, the mathematics behind it is 1/10 times 1/10. 1 times 1 is 1. 10 times 10 is 100. And that's 0.01. So, like I did previously, this, let's say this is 6. Now, for yen pairs, the second value from the decimal is known as the P. So, this is 1P. Six pipettes. So from here, we have 1 pip and 6 pipettes. It means that I can now say yen pairs are 125.867. So if I add 1 pip to this is 1. Let's say this is 7. And this 7. This 7. And let's say this 8. If I put points here, then that's 5, 2, and 1. You can see for yen pair, I added just 1 to it. And that's 6 plus 1. That gives you 7. But what about, let's say I want to add 20 pips to it. If I raise this one, once I raise this one, and let's say I come here and I put 20 to it. Let's say I put 20 to it. So if I raise this, okay, let me put 20 back to it. If I put 20 to it, so this will go. Let me raise this totally. So that's 6. 8 plus 2 is 0, 2, 1, and that's 6. That's 2. So you can see that I had 1.26. I had 1.26.067. .067. So from here, let me raise this. So that's that about normal exchange rates. So let's proceed. So from here, the next one I like to talk about is leverage or lot size. Lot size represents the size of your trade in Forex. Another interpretation, lot is the number of currency units you will trade in Forex. There are actually 4 types of lots, but I like dealing with 3 types, and they are standard lots, mini lots, micro lots, and nano lots. You see that nano lots? Nano lot is so negligible. For instance, when you are saying 0.001, is so negligible. So that's why people don't really specify on that lot size, but rather they specify on standard lots, mini lots, and micro lots. So let's talk about it deeply. A micro lot is, when you say the formula for lots is x over 10,000. That's the formula I do apply for lots. So a micro lot is probably 100 divided by 10,000, where x is 100. Zeros cancel zeros. 1 divided by 100 is what? 0.01. So this is what? A micro lot size. A mini lot is when you say 1,000 divided by 10,000. This cancels this. 1 divided by 10 is what? 0.1. That is a mini lot size. You might probably be wondering, what values are exactly for micro lots and mini lots? A micro lot is a lot size that ranges from $100 to what? $900. A mini lot is a lot size that ranges from $1,000 to $9,000. A standard lot is a lot size that is probably 10,000 over 10,000 or 20,000 over 20,000. Sorry, 20,000 over. Let's even use 20,000 over 10,000. Zeros cancel zeros. 20 divided by 10 is what? 2. So this is a standard lot. So a standard lot, of course, in business, there are profits. And the greater the money, the better your profits. Somebody using a standard lot seems to earn more compared to somebody who uses a mini lot or what? A micro lot. So those kind of people, they earn more. So that is that. Leverage. Leverage results from using borrowed capital as a funding source when investing to expand the firm's assets. What exactly is leverage? Leverage is, the broker will tell you that I have a certain amount of money, and they will tell you that if, for instance, you have $200, bring your money, we'll help you boost it in the market. I know you might be wondering, how can this be done? It's very simple. For instance, you have $100. Now they'll tell you that we'll boost this to the ratio of 500 to 1. So what that means is that if you have a ratio of 500 to 1, then if you multiply 100 by 500, virtually you're having like $50,000. Remember, you invested $100. So, in conclusion, as regards that, in the forex market, $100 is what you think you invest, but in real life, $50,000 is what the investment is all about in the forex market. Thank you. The next one are brokers. Brokers are firms that provide traders with access to a platform that allows them to buy and sell foreign currencies. Transactions in the market are always between a pair of two different currencies. So forex traders either buy or they sell the particular pair they want to trade. Now, class, brokers are those people that give us the access to trade. That's just the truth about it. They actually give us the access to trade in the forex market. And to the glory of God, you know, in those days, trading directly in the forex market is not easy. But now, we have a platform called MetaTrader 4 and 5. I'll be dealing with that tomorrow. We trade via these platforms. Example of brokers are Forex Time, Apari, OctaFX, HotForex, XM Forex, XNES, Avatrade, so on and so forth. We have a lot of brokers, 1,001 brokers, but what I use is HotForex. Are you with me? What I use is HotForex. And if I use HotForex, since when I've been using it for once, I've never regretted it for once. Because HotForex, they are so efficient. You can place withdrawals and you get your withdrawals so quickly. That's one beauty about them. And you know, you can be so confident about this broking firm such that you might not even want to register with another one. Another good thing about them is I have an affiliate account with them. So whenever people register under me, guess what? And they trade, and they win their trades, I get my commissions. So that's one thing. That many brokers offer affiliate programs. Many. Even I discovered that even all these hosting sites, they offer affiliate programs. Thank you. Let's proceed. Traders. Platforms and charting softwares. We have NinjaTrader, we have TradingView, we have FameVix. The one I use very well is TradingView. And don't worry, in subsequent classes, I'll show you how TradingView works exactly. Thank you. Types of traders. We have scalp, day, swing, position, algorithmic, event-driven trader. But a scalp trader is a trader that trades from few seconds to few minutes. A scalp trader hates what they call it, leaving trades in the market for a very long time. A very good example of a scalp trader, I'm one. I like to trade, take my profits, and I leave. I don't like to spend so much time, and it could be frustrating. And a day trader are also affected by negative news that can eat price before market opens. What I'm trying to say is, day traders are very similar to scalp traders. They also don't like it when their trades holds over to the next day. What am I saying? There are some people that they'll be in profits. Instead of them to close it for that day, because they want to earn more, they tend to leave that market running. And in that way, if the trade now rolls over to the next day, they will always take their commission. For instance, somebody who is supposed to earn $10, when they take their commission, eventually they will earn $9.8 or $9, which might be so frustrating. You get it? Now, a swing trader is somebody who holds trade for a very long time. And these kind of people, they always have a whole lot of swap fee. Don't worry, in subsequent classes, I'll teach you swap fee. They always have a whole lot of swap fee. What's a swap fee? A swap fee is actually a fee that a broker will charge you when your trade will roll over to the next day. So that's what a swap fee is. A position trader is a trader who trades from few weeks to few years. I said few weeks, I'm sorry, several weeks. to several years. So what these traders they do is they can just put in a trade, and guess what? They will decide to leave the trade for long. I have a whole lot of friends that some are sailors, while some works in the military. So what these people they do is, they put a trade, and guess what? They go on their activities, and the profit you and I will be bidding for or willing for, then we also make that same amount of money. Are you with me? Now, algorithmic traders. These are traders that rely on computer programs, and they act now. What algorithmic trader means is these are traders who trade using robots. If they don't use robots, they trade using what they call it. Okay, it's just a robot. And a robot is a combination of scripts. For instance, I'm opportunity to be building one right now. So what I've observed is I have a combination of scripts that run these programs. And I think there's another name they even call all these robots. Expert advisors. Yes, I remember expert advisors. And guess what? If you don't know your strategies properly, you can never trade successfully or design a robot well. You must know what works for you so that you can know the kind of indicator you can input in your robots. Event-driven traders. These are traders that keep up to world news. They are very, very similar to fundamental analysts. They like to predict the news. For instance, there are times whereby I trade with news. I could just see that the market is coming to a buy, and I'll trade with the news. So that is that. I want to thank everybody for coming to this class. I appreciate you all. Thank you for my subscribers. God bless you. Thank you for those watching the videos. Please don't fail to come for tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class is going to be a pure practical class. Thank you very much. God bless you. See you tomorrow exactly 8 p.m. Bye for now.